Big E accomplished his goal, Nick, in that Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston are back together, man. There's no breakup of the New Day, but I'm sure it didn't go the way he thought it was going to go last night.
Stronger than ever. A couple things that jump out like beautiful lines to me. One, okay, so here's what WWE does great. When they do something bad, I will say that. When they do something great, here's something. You bring in E, and you have him volunteer. Say he's not even supposed to be near a wrestling ring. He's not supposed to be managing. Say I don't know this. I'm not asking his medical history. Yeah. It was never going to happen. But when you create a stake in a different piece of the story, it makes it that much better. Instead of just E going, guys, 10 years ago, here's what it been. E comes in and goes, guys, we got to work this out. We got to make it happen. I can't come back yet, but I'm here to help you guys out. And they both look at each other, shake hands with E and hug, and then they both kick his ass. 10 years later, you get more nuanced pieces of this is, I'm here. And not only am I here to help you guys get this back together, I am going to be championing you from the sideline, clapping along, leading you out here. He goes, I'm going to come out to every single Monday Night Raw with me having your back until we figure this out. And you've created this entire story that is never going to happen. Instead of just basic one-dimensional, I'm here to help you, we're going to fix it, and either you fix it or you don't. This is so many different pieces because I love that they did it this way because one, New Day, it's so hard to see them as heels anyway. And it's like Ricky Steamboat. How do you make this happen? And you have to make it special to do it. And when you bring out E, and not only E, the guy that is beloved in the entire WWE universe, former world champion, out there with them saying, I got your back. We're going to make this work. And on paper, that is a beautiful thing. But Woods and Kofi genuinely make good, real points of,
yep,
where were you, man? Like, take the tone out of their voice, take the anger, look at them. Where were you? Like, this is, of all the teams, this is the team that's a family. We are the team that says all of us or none. And Kofi saying "so what" to his broken neck is so beautiful. It's so simple, but it's so beautiful. You got a broken neck, so what? And before he rattles off other people, including people who came back 8 or 10 years later from a broken neck. Thank you, producer Paul. But there's just so many layers to it. They set up to give that crowd to make E even more sympathetic as a character. I'm here to help us get back to where we were. I can't be in the ring with you, but I will be there. And then you take that away and you make him even so much more sympathetic. And by the way, he was so beautiful as a sympathetic character, almost like at a loss for words. Like, oh, this is really happening. This is it. And just watching his face and his mouth move, like what makes it so much better because it had to be big and special and more than one dimensional because New Day is beloved. They are the eternal. I feel like the running joke with several group chats I'm in, Kofi Kingston was the last true babyface in the damn business. But now to make that, you can't have it be superficial. You can't have it where they just turn and beat up Big E because he came back. It wouldn't be the same and you wouldn't believe it as much with the genuine points that they make. And a real stickler that happens to almost all of us. Desk job is supposed to be the death blow to anybody in a physical business. Whether you're a cop and you're like, you're forced to sit at the desk to get punished. Or if you're an athlete and you got to sit down and talk, that is supposed to be the biggest shame. But you know which one was and what happens real? Your girlfriend. That is that's not the main part of this story. But when it says you're outside business, you're doing some other thing, your projects, your girlfriend. And when people know that person exists in real life and it's not just being said, we've all been there to when your buddy that goes out with you every Friday all of a sudden says, well, I can't come out on Friday. I got this new girlfriend and it's a whole thing. So just that little piece of you're too busy doing your own stuff and now you want to come help us when we're like Wood said it perfectly, ready to jump off a cliff. Now you want to come help us? These are all realistic points that make it the most believable bad guy thing. And they get that, the embrace with the arms, like we're together, we're in this together. And it's almost like all of a sudden these two guys who I couldn't ever picture being booed now seems so effing sinister all of a sudden. And I know there was a little piece for the last few weeks build up because everyone thought they're going to break up. But to watch it go, by the way, and totally take it a different direction, so many beautiful points happened here that really are great for wrestling. The nuance points of the guy doesn't come back and we don't just turn our back at him and he doesn't just save the day. We set up a thing that was going to never happen and we take that away from them and then we bring him down and go, get the hell out of here. It's an old Yeller or Harry and the Hendersons. Get out of here. Just get. And it is a sad moment when he's like, John Lithgow's telling Harry to get back in the woods, like, get the hell out of here. It's sad. And what a sympathetic character. All those beats had to work for me to believe that New Day are bad guys because they're such good guys. And I thought it was a 10 out of 10. Everybody played their parts. I still can't picture Kofi being a bad guy, but I believed it last night.
It's unbelievable in the fact that a bunch of what you just said is it's what a great breakdown, Nick. First, 10 years ago, you're 100% right. What we saw last night never would have happened 10 years ago. It would have been Big E coming out, big hugs and smiles, and then you would get that knee to the balls or a punch to the face. That's how it would end up. And it would definitely not have the same impact like what we saw last night. The other thing, ballsy move by the WWE, because you built this team up for 10 years. You're talking about two of the most popular wrestlers over the course of the last 10 years in the WWE. To turn them and to have it be as successful as it was last night, that is a ballsy move by the WWE. Another thing, and we talk about it on this show, especially with Bully, about tag teams. You can get emotionally invested in tag teams. It doesn't need to be like, oh, we're just taking these two main eventers, making them a team, but eventually they're going to break up. We're putting this team together, but eventually they're going to break up. Wow, imagine you have a team stay together as long as the New Day has. That's how you get emotionally invested in a tag team, and it works. Perfect evidence is what we saw last night. The other thing, and it's kind of been the theme of this entire show, Nick, is the truth.
Yep.
I believe in Seth Rollins, not only with CM Punk, but with Sami Zayn. I believe in some of what Drew McIntyre is saying. I believe some of what Xavier Woods is saying and what Kofi Kingston is saying. We know we never want to see them break up. We feel bad for Big E, but they're right. You had all this time to come out here. You waited until we made the decision to break up, and that's when you came out like, you're going to be the savior here. But now you're going to be the guy putting all the attention on you because now I'm going to just waltz in. And you know what, guys? I'm going to do you a favor, and I'm going to be in your corner every week when you're having a match. Wait a second, pal. Have you not been seeing what's going on the last 3 months? We've been at each other's throats. There could have been any other time you could have come and saved the day, but you decide to come out when we already made the decision that we're going to break up. And then, as you said, Nick, the whole Yoko Ono. Like, all right, your girlfriend, you know?
Jeez, yeah.
Nobody, to this day, it's 2024. Everybody, what do they blame the breakup of the Beatles on? Poor Yoko Ono. She had nothing to do with it. But it's an easy target, right? Yes. Let's just blame Yoko. She's at fault. She's the one.
No, much
forget
easier.
about the fact. Yeah, forget about the fact that this one was as high as a kite, or this one wanted to go do a solo album, or I don't know, Ringo Starr, not exactly the best drummer on the face of the earth. No, let's blame everything on Yoko Ono. It's the easy target.
But we've all been there before. We've all been there with your buddy that comes out with you, and all of a sudden he can't come out, or he's like, you know what? I think I'm going to stay in, and we're going to watch Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, or something. And you're like, oh God, this is the beginning of the end. Or you can go out, but you become different, or you have to go to a different place, or you see him start dressing differently. All these things are real. That like the desk job is supposed to be the death blow, but the desk job being mentioned with, you think you're coming back now to help us? Man, when it's real, when you don't have to have a heel believing their truth, when it's totally far-fetched and it's real. It was real to me. And no matter how sympathetic he was, and of course he was, I believed the New Day, like, hey man, we needed your help 6 months ago. Where the hell have you been? Oh, I'm sorry. You have other projects. I know this is all about us and this family, and we're going to clap together. And you're letting us know that you're going to bring us back together. Where were you the last 6 months when you were doing side solo projects? So you're like, I'm going to go make my own album, but now I'm back to save the day because my album wasn't number one. I would be like, you know what? We're going to bring you back here. We're going to beat you down to let you know, mentally or physically. They made this sympathetic character make it seem like he's coming back to save them. And it's all based on real pieces. I love it. I love this segment so much. I go, good luck getting me to hate these guys. And they got me to start hating them already. So.
And that, isn't that crazy?
Yes.
I mean, the New Day, you're going to hate the New Day. That sounds unbelievable to me. And it only took one segment to do it.
Yep.
One segment. And what they did to Big E. And by the way, there are some friends of mine that think that Violetta undaved me. They actually used the term undaved. That I
no.
She undaved me. And in a lot of ways she did, but in a good way.
Yeah, I was just gonna say there's positives to being undaved. There's positives. It's not all negative. But
I was a mess. I was a mess.
But you're different now.
I'm not a mess anymore. She undaved me.
So you're all LaGreca now. No Dave.
That is Dave's God.
Dave's not here, man. Are you serious?
Dave's not here. Dave's not here. Undaved. I've been undaved. She undaved me, but in the best way possible.
But so in this case, though, I don't know that maybe Big E's girl's been telling him, "Oh, you're the man on the side. You just do your own thing. You don't need to show up you don't need to be in their corner. Go do your own stuff." Oh, wait, they're about to break up. This is the end. Now you'll be the knight in shining armor that saves the day. Screw you. No, this is a team, man. And if you're not part of this team, you think you're better than us? We'll be the team. Got it.